What up? Welcome back to the KrisCross Corner, where I, Chris Canty, share with you my weekly journal and to educate you guys, influence, and overall make you guys aware of what's around you. Today's episode, I have my good friends from the Great Debaterz here on the show. We have Basil, we have Mark Simpson, and we have Kamaria, but she says, Coco on the bottom, but we're going to call her Kamaria today because that's her name, not Coco. But you can also watch the KrisCross Corner here live on Facebook or YouTube, or listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Anchor. If you're watching on YouTube, please smash that like button and subscribe to the KrisCross Studios channel. So yeah, today's episode, we're going to talk about a few things about what we hate about Detroit. Per Mark. Mark asked about this, and we should do it. And we also have another announcement regarding Mark later on tonight. But please support us on the Great Debaterz. Monday nights, 8 to 10 on YouTube. Now we're going to get into our What You Doing Detroit. What you doing, Detroit? We got some news stories out here. How's everybody doing today?
Sleepy.
Tired.
I'm tired.
I'm alive.
Woke up to vote.
I did.
Yeah.
I was supposed to wake up to vote, but I woke up and I was like, yeah, I can go back to bed.
So what you're saying is you didn't do your civic duty to go out and vote?
No, I woke up at like 6:30. I didn't.
You don't see the sticker. You don't see the sticker on this guy's shirt.
I woke up at 6:30.
Oh.
I was gonna be the first one in line, but I was like, you know what? It ain't that big of a deal. So I woke up at like 7:15 and it went out to vote at 7:30 because my voting thing is right up the street.
I had the same idea because my voting thing, because I didn't change my address over to Detroit. Thank God. I left it on my mom's address. I had to go out towards that way. I go out. The voting thing is at like a manor, like a old folks home. So I'll go out there at 6:30. Like nobody's up. Nobody's gonna be up when I get here at 7 o'clock.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be there today.
I was wrong.
Why do you think the early bird special is like at 5 in the morning?
I'm like, why are you waking up this early? I feel like they just didn't go to bed.
That's just what old people do.
Yeah. Plus they closed down some voting places, so a lot of people have to go to the same place.
Like little precinct.
Yeah. So I had like 6 precincts in my whole one building, which usually only has like 2. But there wasn't a lot of people at my place. I went at like 7 in the morning.
Dude, it was awkward at mine. Like I walked in, and there was just like, aside from like the workers, just 2 people, excluding me. It's like a big open like basketball gym. It's like okay, I understand the 6 feet, social distancing, but this is like anti-social distancing.
Man, we're trying to vote. We don't care about that.
We just trying to get somebody out of office. That's all.
That is it.
That is it. All right, we got one more great debater coming in. We have a new great debater coming in, guys. It's one of my bestest friends, pre-Eastern. Now he goes to Eastern. We got Walter Witt coming in.
Hello.
Walter Witt, what is up?
How's it going?
What's up?
So what's on the topic tonight?
We are doing What You Do in Detroit, and now we're talking about the voting because we had to vote today.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was the thing we all did. I hope.
Yeah, I hope.
That's what I did.
Kamaria, did you vote?
Maria?
I signed up. I have an absentee ballot because my precinct is back in Royal Oak. I asked them to mail it to me.
I'll allow it this one time.
I was definitely not going to go with all this happening back to downtown, back to Royal Oak, to place my vote to come back here to South when I can put it in when I'm over there in the area anyway.
Right.
I mean,
plus I don't agree 100% with the candidates, so
Oh my god! So you know what I hate about when it comes to the primaries is just the fact of it's like you're not even allowed to pick whoever you want. It's like you have to pick either Republican or Democrat, and you can only pick just that column. It's like
Good.
What do you mean good?
This time around, it's good.
I mean, to a certain extent.
To an extent, it's good.
No, as an independent, it sucks. It's like don't be telling me what schmuck I have to vote for.
Well, that's kind of what they do every year. So
I wish there was a chance for a third party. I want a third party candidate to be able to win that actually has decent, like that. It has a decent stance because I don't want to choose between the lesser of two evils.
Exactly, or just
like,
you know what?
But I have to.
Yeah, you guys kind of have to because that's not how. I mean, that is how politics works, but in practice, that's not how it works. You can't choose. I mean, you can choose what you like, but if you don't like the red party, or if you're blue and don't like the red party, you gotta vote blue. If you're red, don't like the blue party, you gotta vote red. Because your little third party is not gonna win.
Unfortunately,
my problem is I'm neither one of them. I'm a different kind of red. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I'm a moderate. So I mean, but the person we got in office now needs to go.
Oh yeah.
I can agree to that.
Just the only problem with the whole, like, the only thing I hate about the whole lesser of two evils is how do I know I can trust the guy that we're using as our scapegoat?
You don't.
Yeah, it's like you're basically asking me, do I want to shoot myself in the good foot or the bad foot?
I'll shoot myself in the bad foot every day.
I'd rather just not shoot myself.
It's just like, don't get me wrong. We all know Hillary Clinton would have been an obvious better choice. But when we really do you think that the country wouldn't be the same way it is now with her in office?
No,
I mean, I feel like it'd be
totally different.
It'd be totally different, but at the same time, it'd be like people would still be questioning her the same way they question Trump. Like, can we really trust what she's doing? She's hiding emails.
Well, I mean, I've always said
she hiding?
I said back 4 years ago, like either way, it's going to be. I thought it was going to be the exact same thing, but the only difference was, is it going to be the male Republican or the female Democrat? I felt like it was going to be almost the exact same bull crap.
I really thought people were going to. I honestly thought people were going to shoot for Kamala Harris. To be honest with you, I thought that Kamala Harris was going to be the one to get past everybody, not because I liked her, but because the way the polls were going in the beginning, she was shooting all the way up. Like, her stock was just kept going up.
She was, but then her truth came out.
Yep.
Yeah, because I think the main reason she was getting votes was, one, she was a woman. Two, she was a woman of color.
Yeah. And she went head to head with Biden at that one debate.
Now, see, I didn't like that.
That was great.
No, I mean, I didn't like that. I mean, wait, Biden. Never mind. I mixed up. I was thinking Bernie.
Do you think though?
Oh, that I hated. Everyone just ganged up on the old Jew. It's like,
that was great.
Man, no, I hated
honestly, that. If Joe Biden picked Bernie to play as vice president, it'd be over.
It'd be over.
Here's the thing.
It would be over.
It would be over.
It would be over.
Like, Trump might as well quit. Yeah. my only problem is, like, I would just be, I would feel seriously bad where it's like, if that does happen, I'd be like, man, I hope something happens where the VP has to take over. Just please.
Trump's gonna be like, you got to have a rise in the vote.
Because isn't it that doesn't Biden have some form of dementia or something like that, or?
Trump has dementia.
Yeah, but it's at this point they're both suspected of having it. So
yeah, they're all old over 70, so you don't matter.
Well, it was weird because I remember in 2016 we all kind of unofficially collectively decided to choose between the lesser, like not really the lesser of two evils, but more or less of just, all right, we can all sit tight for 4 years, right? And now that we have a chance to change it, we're like, all right, I guess we can sit there for another 4 if we have to. And it's just trying to figure out whose 4 years are we going to sit through, like a tyrannical kind of dictatorship, or then we haven't seen how Joe Biden leads in this type of situation.
Right.
But like,
what do we really see?
I mean, everybody knows that 4 years of Trump is enough. It's enough. His cabinet is effing everything up.
That it never should have happened.
Man, it makes
Betsy DeVos alone
look sturdier.
Just Betsy DeVos alone. Oh my God, she is so out of touch.
But that's the weird thing about it. Have you been out to like the western, like the middle of the state or the western side of the state? They love the DeVosses. They love the DeVos name, and they kind of vote for her in droves.
Yeah, I'm from Valley. Everything is funded by the DeVosses.
Yeah,
more or less.
And so that was always the really interesting thing to see, because being from like the Detroit area, you sit there and go, okay, this person is not here for any of us. But I went over there. I went up sort of like to the middle of the state, and yeah, like you said, every big thing down there has their name on it. And it's weird because somebody who's given so much to education and for education, her and her family, or in her husband's family, you would think that they would be a little bit more on the side of education, which is really shocking to see.
Yeah, well, I feel like they only gave so much to education for just tax credits. That's it.
Yeah.
I honestly doubt they have a legitimate care for proper education.
Yeah, there's a difference between investment in like education and investment due to just money.
Yeah.
Because they're definitely getting some share of like from all the stuff that they've invested in or something, or some grants, or at least their names are on some stuff.
And I'm sorry, but if you're someone that's that invested in the idea of charter schools being the champion of anything, then they're not properly investing in education.
Yeah, I mean,
it depends on the situation.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Okay, charter schools. I mean, my very first school that I went to was a charter school, but it wasn't. Well, first off, it was in Warren, so it wasn't very good.
Right.
That alone.
I was gonna say, or how many times you hear of a school where it's like, oh yeah, it's like we're gonna start for a year, and then it's like halfway through it just cancels. Oh, by the way, they already went they ran out of town with the money.
Yeah.
Well,
pretty sure that middle school is closed, but I mean, I don't know. I would think like maybe I don't know what charter schools are like. Maybe real charter schools are like. I know mine was definitely very, very underfunded.
Oh no, they were well funded. Just your head of the school just did not want to actually put it into the school. They put it in their own pockets. But see, that's the problem with charter schools is there's nothing against the law saying that they can't do that because the charter school essentially ran as a business. There's just some things you don't run as a business. Schools, or like education, like political bodies like states and countries, and medicine.
Yep.
Yeah. Hospitals in general, yeah.
Well, not just medicine, but also pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, pharmaceuticals can do what they want to do. It's the people that are supposed to be giving them to. That you can't run that as a business. That's why people are strung out.
Strung out? What you mean?
Like they're taking drugs, opioids, and all that stuff, over-the-counter stuff, and overdosing.
Yeah, it makes you feel better. Unfortunately, it does work that way. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's switch topics. We're going to 7-Eleven. The owner of 7-Eleven is to buy Marathon Speedway.
7 & I Holdings.
Wait, hold up. Pause. Marathon Speedway is going to be owned by the guy who owns 7-Eleven. I feel like that can't happen. Was it the Trade Commission can block monopolies, and you cannot have a monopoly on slushies, all right? I'm not having it.
Those are good slushies, though. Those are really good slushies.
They are, but I refuse to have a monopoly on slushies. It's like, eyeglasses and Luxottica, and how, like, everybody except for 1 or 2 brands is owned by them. And it's like, I'm not about to do this with slushies. I accept it with eyeglasses. I'm not doing it with slushies. It ain't happening, all right?
You can always go to Sonic.
Man, if Sonic does the same thing.
I was like, so Kamaria, no one told you, huh? They also bought Sonic.
Hang on, I gotta mute. I gotta mute my
No, hold on. What if Sonic was to buy A&W?
No,
I don't care. Go ahead.
No, not doing that either. No, leaving that drive-in.
Well,
actually,
no. But what if Long John Silver's bought
I forgot Long John Silver was a thing too.
I just said that today.
Wait, aren't they owned by KFC?
Huh?
Long John Silver?
Yeah.
No, they're at least I don't think they are. Hold on.
Long John Silver's. Why are you thinking about that? Another thing that happened this weekend: Lord and Taylor department store just files for bankruptcy.
Ooh,
Chapter 11. Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Okay, no one shops there.
I think it was Chapter 11.
I'm about to say, the only people I know that have ever shopped there is my mama and my mama.
It's Men's Warehouse owner. Oh wow! So I think Men's Warehouse might be going out of business too.
Oh wow!
Man.
Yeah.
Men just don't wear nice tailored suits no more. But over there are cheaper.
No, because they're expensive at Men's Warehouse.
Yeah.
Super expensive.
That is true.
Yeah, they're like $700 is your cheapest.
I went to Men's Warehouse for prom, and I spent like $600 on the suit.
Yeah, they want to that's a lot of money.
So you don't like the way you look?
No, but we're not spending $600 on something we're gonna wear once.
We're not spending $600. We're about spending $600 on a suit during the pandemic.
Yeah, make it half the price. Okay, fine. I could buy 2 suits, like full suits.
No, I'm the person that walks in the Men's Warehouse. If I'll get the jacket today, and I'll get the pants on my next paycheck.
Yeah.
Then I get my socks on the next paycheck because that's $100 too.
Right. And to be very honest, there are some boutique kind of like Men's Warehouse kind of like tuxedo suit kind of stuff that way better.
But we ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
You should. Looking fly.
No. We can go to
I look
K&G.
fly regardless. fly regardless. And K&G is cheap.
You said K&G is what?
K&G is cheap as hell.
That sounds like a K&G or
Only thing I get at K&G is socks and a belt.
Also, Kamari, here's the thing that you're not factoring in here. When you're a bigger guy, it's hard to look nice, even with a suit. Okay?
It is.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
I've seen people try.
Yeah. It's just like.
Do you mean like bigger by? Okay. Do you mean by bigger guy like you
big.
Like
big or
big?
No,
okay. Yeah, that's
big and tall.
Is
I like
Basil
to use
bigger
the
than
term
me?
rotund, but that's just me.
What'd you say, Walter?
I said I like to use the word rotund, but that's just me.
Ain't no rotund on the big and tall sign.
No.
Also,
big, tall, and rotund.
Also, that's for me. To me, that's just way too close to rotunda, and I do not want to be compared to a building.
That's fair.
That's true.
It's like, man, are you saying I'm that big? Really?
Yes, I am.
Oh, thank you.
Well, no, it's what I'm trying not to say. Dang.
Oh, I'll say it. I'm straight up.
Also, hey, Kamaria. So, to answer your question earlier, though, no, Long John Silver's and A&W are in the same grouping.
No, but I'm just saying in terms of just because Long John Silver's, first off, I don't see that many of them anymore.
Good.
Second, why are they still in operation? They definitely selling something else on the side.
Dude, have you had the Rush Cookies? That's enough to just go.
There was one up the street from where I used to live, and no offense, I would not go in there.
No, you just the Hush Puppies. That's it.
No.
Not.
I'm probably one of the only people who likes Long John Silver's chicken. I think it's okay.
They have chicken?
It's okay. Yeah, they got chicken for those.
I think it's okay.
The chicken's okay, but I mainly go I'll be like, give me a small thing of chicken, but give me a big thing of the Hush Puppies.
Now let me see this. Long John Silver's should be a seafood place, correct? And none of y'all listing any kind of seafood.
Good. I don't do seafood, so
I don't do white fish.
Huh?
I don't do white fish really.
Oh well then, see.
Good job for the culture.
Get the little hotep hat.
I'm all about that catfish.
All right, Basil.
Hey.
Don't push
No
it.
swine.
Don't push it. Don't push
We
it.
don't eat that swine up in here.
No, it's all about that salmon anyway.
Speaking of photo culture, this pilot for Delta must have been black because a Delta pilot turned the plane around because 2 passengers refused to wear a mask. He was like, "You better put it on before I come back. I'll turn this plane around."
Do you hear this belt coming off?
Look, listen. Halfway to Detroit. Oh no, we're going back to San Francisco. I can't do this.
No. He must have worked for Spirit beforehand because that is Spirit behavior.
He might.
Pull a whole Yui in the air.
No.
He worked for Soul Plane.
United.
He worked for Soul.
Oh, you Soul Plane
United.
No, come on. If it was Spirit, they would have spent the entire time like just on the runway, just broken down, and be like, "Oh, that sucks. Well, we can give you a hotel voucher, and that's it."
They give you a hotel voucher?
Who?
What? They got
Who gave you a hotel voucher?
The most Spirit does is pay for your baggage, and that's only half.
That is some BS, and I will always stand by that.
No, let's be real though. That pilot, they were clearly flying Soul Plane Airways. Y'all remember that movie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just said that. Yep, they left from Terminal Malcolm X.
I'm mad.
You know, I can't even remember the last time I've seen Soul Plane.
It's been a minute for me. It's been a long.
Hey, but
It's been a long time.
No way. Everybody thought Snoop Dogg was dead. That's why
it
they
was just incredibly high.
Dude, now Airplane though, I could watch that for days.
Airplane?
Yeah, don't call me Shirley.
Yeah, it's like, excuse me, stewardess, but I can speak jive.
Right.
Another thing in the news. This is one of the more gruesome stories. There was a man on the west side. Of course, it's on the west side. He had a sword.
Oh yeah.
And a man was charged. A man charged at police with a sword. The police was like, "Hey man, you got to put the sword down." And then he put the sword down, pulled out a dagger, charged at the police. The police kind of took him down. Then he got the sword out again. Then he just sliced people up.
Wait.
Was this a black man?
It had to be.
Yeah, it was.
No, because if he
I'm
was
looking
black,
at it. I'm looking at the story.
he would have got shot on sight.
But actually,
he had a sword. He had a sword. That's not really a threat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but how would you feel? Like you see some man with a sword, and he'd be like, "Have at me, have at me." You just go look around and be like, "You serious?"
They tased him though. But he wouldn't go down.
I would have shot him in the kneecap just because.
I was like, "Oh,
No, I'm sorry. If you.
No, this is even scarier. So I'm just looking at that's not a dagger. That's a fucking kukuri. That's like
Nobody knows the difference between a kukuri and a dagger. Man, stick to the facts.
I mean, basically, like an Indian assassin type of stuff. Like, jeez.
Stick to the facts, Basil. Stick to the facts. It was an 8-inch. It was an 8-inch dagger.
No. Different assassin weapons are different. Have different. All that.
At least he didn't have ninja stars.
If he had ninja stars, I'd be like, all right, put this on the TV.
Dude, I'm just wondering, like, what? Why would this dude be collecting all this?
Hey, man.
You can be. It's fun to collect, I guess.
All right, come on.
You know, me at her camera, she got like 15 swords, a couple of ninja stars, a dagger, and a shotgun.
You turn the camera this way.
Couple kunai, special custom-made kunai, throwing stars.
Well, no. Like,
I was right.
See, I'm looking at this stuff, Kamari. Like, I'm looking at the weapons.
Oh my god!
This is on the level of like those like medieval reenactor type of crap. You know, the nerds that you see like on college campuses.
I'm looking at the picture right now.
So was this dude like LARPing on bath salts or something?
We don't know.
I think the man does. I think it was said that the man does have some form of mental health issues.
I
Or he
mean,
was
if
hurt
you were
to get
walking down the
mental
street with a sword on you, you would expect.
Have actually
That happened.
Okay.
That happened. Wait, that happens in New York more than you think, though.
Oh yeah,
That happens
of
in New York a lot.
So I have to ask. One of the very first things I see, it says he was swinging the sword wildly while dressed in some sort of protective gear.
Mhm.
He had better been wearing like chainmail or a suit of armor.
the Black Knight from Monty Python.
Stop it.
I'm
No.
invincible!
No. You know what actually popped in my head was not the Black Knight, but what was that movie where the dude's from like California, like somehow transports into like 12th century France or England, something like that.
Oh, you
Was that
talking
with
about the Martin Lawrence movie?
Yeah,
It's called the Black Knight.
No, was it?
It's called the Black Knight.
Okay, I remember it.
You're talking
With
to
Martin
four
Lawrence,
Basil.
right?
You're talking to four black people. It's called the Black Knight. We know our Martin Lawrence movies,
Listen, if we don't know anything else, Martin Lawrence is the one. We
especially when he came out and was trying to fight the knight with the Jordans on.
Yeah, it's like, where are you from? Normandy. He's like, I just.
I was like, bro, use the sword.
Is that really all you possess? Is that all you?
It was funny. That was a funny movie.
Didn't he give his shoes to that one night?
Yeah.
And he was just like juking old boy.
He still died.
He didn't die.
He got stabbed. You don't remember
He
the
got
movie?
stabbed, but he didn't die.
Same difference. It's medieval times. You get stabbed, you die.
True.
No.
Walter's like,
That's not how that works.
Walter is the historian here. He's like,
What's
no,
that?
that's how it works.
I went to school
You're
for
definitely
history.
gonna
No.
die eventually. But you're
Walter-
definitely gonna die eventually.
Walter is debunking my KrisCross corner logic. Like, no, he died.
You didn't warn him. You didn't warn him that we have our own logic here.
Right, we have our own logic.
No, this man didn't warn me of a doggone thing.
Oh,
He was like, "Come join." He was like, "Come join the talk," and I was like, "All right, cool." And
Hey, we here now.
We laugh.
We live. All right. So that was a What You Doing Detroit. Now we're going to go to the topic of the day. And Mark brought this up on the Great Debaterz last night. We were talking about stuff that we like about Detroit, and you're old when you blank. But now we're going to talk about what we hate about Detroit. And there's a lot of stuff that we hate about Detroit.
okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening from another country, another state, another city, we're about to air our grievances about the city of Detroit. I don't have a lot because I love the city of Detroit, but there are a lot of things that need to improve.
Love's a strong word.
Wait. Before we start, we'll have to put a little disclaimer in there. Basil is not from Detroit, but he experienced things in Detroit, so he knows what's going on. We can put that disclaimer in there.
Oh yeah.
It's not my first time in D-Town. No.
Right. So we can start with Basil if you want.
Yeah, we can start off with Basil since he's a visitor.
Yeah. Well, I'm part-timer.
He's an outsider.
Yeah. Biggest thing, honestly, that I have to bitch about is just no one doing the goddamn speed limit.
It's Michigan. Get over it.
It's
Next.
Michigan.
I mean,
That's how Michigan is drive.
Kamari, what you got?
Just gonna
Come back to me because I gotta really think about because hate's a strong word and it's hard to tell between what was bad before. You know what? No, I'm gonna go towards it. What do I hate about Detroit? The fact that you gotta pay to get into Belle Isle nowadays. I mean, not now, but everything that was free back in the day, you gotta pay for now.
Well, technically, you don't have to pay to get on. You have to pay to do the stuff on the
Shut up, Chris.
Yeah.
I'm just giving out facts.
Don't take my logic.
Ooh.
You're on my show, so you gotta go with my logic.
Quick.
It's a state park now, so now we have to pay for stuff now.
I liked my childhood.
And yeah, it's crazy. Like we used to go to Belle Isle when we were kids, when the city owned it, and as kids we didn't really care. We just went to the playscape and just had fun. But as you got older, you were like, oh, there's some crazy stuff going on this island. This needs to clean up, and then they cleaned it up.
Well, everybody else, but not don't live in Detroit.
There's some stuff that we don't even notice.
They still didn't clean the water. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
What are you talking about the water? What do you mean?
If you go to the beach, have you ever been to the beach at Belle Isle?
Hell no.
It's the beach at Belle Isle. It's the Detroit River. What you expect?
Let me ask you this though. Do you
You
ever
can at least clean that part.
You can't clean water. Like, that's not how water works, Mark.
Especially when it's not
That's
just
not how
our
water
side.
works.
No,
We share
but
it with.
most
You mean
parks what they do.
you mean clean the beach?
No, but listen, most parks what they do is like if they have a beach that's like on a river like that, they'll put like nets and stuff up to block off the rest of the water, like at a certain section. So if something drifts out too far, the nets will catch
That's not
it.
how water works.
Mark,
And
the problem with your logic, those aren't big commercial rivers like the Detroit River is, though.
And it
You're like-
doesn't
you're
share
like-
a border with a whole different country.
You're like, this is the ocean, but this the beach. We're gonna get this water up, and then this is the only water, the good water. This is what you want.
What Mark just said right there reminded me of that video of the one black guy with the mop trying to clean up the beach, just trying to like clean it all up.
Clean the
Hey,
beach.
if anything,
Clean the beach or talk to your ex again.
Long story short,
beach.
the water is disgusting, and you shouldn't go to that beach.
Of course.
But at least
I
you guys
wouldn't go
never have to deal with algae blooms, though.
algae.
No, but we
Yeah.
gotta deal with dead bodies and heads popping up.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a whole different issue than the cleaning issue at that point.
All right. We're gonna go to Walter next.
Oh man. All right. What do I hate about? Okay, so.
Do you hate?
All right. Actually, the one thing I honestly hate about Detroit, and it's really sad because, again, like I study history and I love Detroit to death. Did your parents or grandparents ever talk about like Boblo Island?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing I hate about Detroit is the fact that they closed the island and put up a bunch of like uppity rich scale houses and left it at that. Like that hurts a lot because I remember like my mom talked about it as if it was like the Disney World of Detroit. And
Right.
I was like, I want to go. And she was like, we can't go, son. And I was like, but I want to go, Mom.
They be talking like it's the biggest thing in the world, like Cedar Point. I'm like, yo,
Right.
I was like 100 years ago.
But did you ever see any of the photos? Like,
That's
like
how my family.
if you ever like Google it, like if you Google Boblo Island, especially the pool, this is like a massive pool. It's like half the size of Belle Isle. This thing is massive. And I'm like, oh, that would have been cool to go do as a child. But nah, they had to close it and put a bunch of rich, snooty people on the island. I'm just like, all right, whatever. But in hindsight, the park was declining by the late 80s in the early 90s. I agree, but it's still one of those where it's like, oh, it's
But
kinda
still,
sad,
yeah, they
like,
still did that stuff. Yeah,
That's like that. That's like it declined like the Six Flags in Ohio. What was it called? Like Laguna Island at first or something like that.
Yeah.
It was the old SeaWorld. Yeah.
I forgot they had that in Ohio.
Aurora, I remember going back when it was a SeaWorld, and then I wanted to go again. It's like, I can't. It's gone. It's a Six Flags now. I'm like, what?
Aww.
And then they took that away.
Right.
Oh no! See, I always just thought Six Flags was stupid. It's like, why go to Six Flags when we got Cedar Point?
Look, Cedar Point,
Yeah.
because Cedar Point bought Six Flags and was like, "Oh, we can fix this." A year later, they're like, "Oh, we can't fix this."
Yeah, they did that. It was like, yeah, let's close it.
It wasn't the weirdest location, especially in its SeaWorld days. It's like it's nowhere near the lake. It's a small little lake inland, and it's nowhere near an interstate.
But Cedar Point owns the land, and they're talking about putting like haunted attractions there for Halloween. So like just to have stuff up there for a couple weeks just to use the land so it's not going to waste. But I'm like, nobody's gonna go the opposite way of Cedar Point for Halloween when you can just literally just go to Cedar Point on Halloween.
Right.
You're like,
Right.
Yeah.
I barely want to go there for Halloween. What you mean?
Right.
To
All
be
right,
there
Mark.
for a few hours.
no, it's your turn, Chris. It's on you.
Oh yeah, you did say you're gonna go last. What do I hate about Detroit?
Yeah.
Let me sit back while I say this.
Oh.
All right. What do I hate about Detroit? I'm gonna say this right now. The one thing I hate about Detroit is
He lowered his voice.
Our sports teams
Don't
look like straight garbage.
don't do it. Don't do
All
it
of our
to us.
teams are straight garbage.
Oh, don't do that.
Somebody's got to say it. And for full disclosure, everybody, I'm a season ticket holder for the Pistons, and I'm still saying they stink. Go ahead, Mark.
We should have been in the bubble, goddammit.
We should have been. Oh, I could have got my tickets and everything.
We should have been in the bubble.
Goodness gracious. All right, Mark, what you got?
All right. Hold on, get my notes together.
You have notes? Oh Lord. Someone turn down your volume because it's echoing.
First thing I hate about Detroit. First thing you need to do, your traffic is terrible downtown.
Okay.
Too many cars, not enough space. Greek Town is too little. Expand the damn, bro.
Okay, Mark, I'm gonna cut you off right there. You said there's too much traffic. There's too many cars and too little space. Okay, that's called traffic. Get over it. All right, next one.
No.
That's called Basic City. Go ahead. Oh, that was one. That was one page. That was one page.
He's writing in like a size 44 font
with a big crayon. Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls. I hate traffic.
I'm kind of mad. Chris kind of took the thunder from this one for me. The Detroit teams, like Chris said, they suck. They're terrible. It's the worst thing ever. I'm a Lions fan. This thing I hate about Detroit.
Ooh.
I hate being a Lions fan.
I'm sorry.
I hate being a Lions fan. There is no
I'm a
reason we
Lions
should
fan.
be up 20 points in the third quarter. We're up 20 points in the third quarter, and we still lose the game.
Look, I would just like to say there are some games that you lose, and then there are some games where you have to play the other team and the refs. And I'm not going to throw out any teams there, but I mean, if I was going to say one, I don't want to use a real team, so I'm going to say a fake team, like, I don't know, the Green Bay Packers. I would say that. I would just say that, like, it's really disheartening to see your favorite team or like your home team lose to the refs and not the actual players. So that's my comment on that.
Yep. And then there's no reason. There's no reason we can go through the game like, oh God. Yes. Oh no, we lost. Okay.
That's basic Detroit sports. That's basic Detroit sports right there.
Yeah.
We get our hopes up for no reason.
Hey, Walter, what was that about fake teams and Green Bay?
I was saying, I didn't want to throw out a real team there, so I threw out a fake team. A team that doesn't exist.
Oh, Chicago Bears.
Such as the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, exactly, them too. Or, I don't know, like maybe the Minnesota Vikings. But the point is, that's my one take on that.
No. If we're going to go there, we can't do that without talking about the Dallas Cowboys. How they cheated us terribly.
All right. We're not going to talk about sports like that today. We're going to talk about what we hate about Detroit.
Last but not least.
The Scooters.
Everybody listen. Detroit. I'm going to get there. Let me get there. Detroit. And Duggan, I hope you're listening. Fix your goddamn roads downtown. Fix the roads.
Hey, look.
There is no way. I should be writing down. I think we were on Woodward and
you was on Brush Street.
No,
you was on Brush Street.
I'm not talking about that right now. I'm getting to that. We're riding on Woodward. We're riding on Woodward, and you can literally feel the tiles of the bricks coming out of the ground.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
You can hear them coming out. There's no way I should be hearing that. Then
outside the Nike store.
Let's talk about Brush Street. You want to go to Brush Street? Let's talk about Brush Street. Listen.
Hey, wait, hold on. What happened on Brush Street?
Yeah.
To the viewers,
hold on. Before we go, can someone please turn down that volume? Because I'm getting a huge echo.
I think it's from Mark.
Is it from Mark?
Is it?
No.
Let me mute everybody and see when the echo stops.
Yeah, I can do that. Hello? Hello?
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah.
It's Kamaya.
Hey,
Oh, it's
Is this-
Kamaria.
what does it sound like?
Just turn down your volume.
Because I don't have anything to say. It's already
There we
low
go.
enough.
There we go. There we
Okay.
go.
But brush.
Go ahead, Mark.
There is no reason.
Talk about your line scooters.
reason whatsoever that I'm riding in the street. See a car coming. Okay, let me get on the sidewalk. Why is there a crack in the sidewalk in between the curb and the sidewalk? When I'm coming up, my tires of the scooter that I'm on should not get stuck in the crack of the sidewalk. Rest in peace to my hands. Rest in peace to my kneecap.
No,
Rest in peace to your dignity.
yeah,
Yes.
honestly, though, but no, that's your own fault, man. You were the one riding a scooter. You knew the risk.
Right.
You accepted the terms and conditions.
Listen though.
That is on you.
Listen though. Had that crack not been in that sidewalk, I would not have failed. Because I make that jump 9 out of 10 times every day. Well, every time I ride a scooter.
But we wouldn't have comedy gold either, so
That's all on
Yeah.
YouTube, bro. We got it all on YouTube.
And listen,
I watch it every day.
I'm not ashamed anymore. I'm not gonna run away from it. But I will say this: Detroit, fix your streets. Lime. Now this is for you, Lime. Make the bigger streets to accommodate bigger people, please. Just please. Please. That's all I'm asking.
Or the bigger people. Oh, moving on. I'm trying to be a humanitarian. I can't get a humanitarian award.
Listen,
no, it's
Or
nice
the
that,
bigger people could just adjust to
that
the
is the end of my. This was my notes. About
Dang, Mark.
downtown.
Those
All
are
right.
paragraphs.
All right, so I know that everybody else has more complaints. So let's go back to Basil. Let's see what he's got.
let's see. We've already talked about the roads. We've already talked about the scooters. We've already talked about the teams. Boy, that's a real tough one. Oh, I guess this is more for the Detroit public school system. But y'all need to fund your schools better. There is I know you guys have more money than what you actually say that there is. Don't be. I'm talking to you, superintendent. Don't be putting it in your pocket. You should be putting it in the schools first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting sick and tired of hearing a big name city having trouble paying to even run the heaters in the middle of winter when this is a rust belt. This ain't Florida. We need heat.
That's also a state problem. But
Wait, to the people in Michigan, how, by show of hands, how many went to a DPS school?
I did not go to DPS school.
I went to Southfield.
I went to a DPS school for 1 year, and that 1 year, we only had heat for half the year. And
That 1 year. What grade was it?
I think it was in sixth grade, and I had a split class, so it was half sixth graders, half seventh graders.
What were you learning in sixth grade? Were you just learning your timetables in the Detroit public schools?
No,
I'm sorry, y'all. This is supposed to be about positives about Detroit. I'm joking.
We were learning how to add. People didn't
in
know
sixth
2 plus
grade.
2. People didn't know 2 plus 2.
Come on, y'all.
In the
Yeah,
sixth
yeah.
grade?
Detroit, we gotta do better, Detroit.
No. People couldn't even. They didn't even. It's the teaching. They didn't even teach kids how to write a full paragraph back then.
No, that's a problem. They didn't have funding for real teachers.
Well,
No, so
yeah.
they had. So there's no way I should have a substitute teacher teaching a class for 6 months.
Well, I mean,
Well,
if
I mean,
the
when
teacher's out for
being
6 months, that's what you're gonna get.
Here's the thing. It's I think substitute teaching, you basically, there's no commitment really.
There
And
isn't.
honestly, they go pay you low anyway.
She had a degree for social studies and she was teaching math.
Yep, that's how
Yeah.
it be.
It's like a system for substitute teachers. You don't get to choose. I mean, you sort of do get to choose, but you kind of
That doesn't mean
stuck
you're
where you
gonna
go.
Well,
Right.
Well, wait. Can I
But common
can I
sense
chime in here
didn't
on this
tell
one?
you. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, as far as the substitute teacher goes, I know we all go, oh, well, the sub this, sub that, but my girlfriend did substitute teaching for this school out in Lansing last year, and every day it was she was like, all right, it's not that the subs are prepared. It's just usually there isn't a lesson plan. Like they
Right.
kind of threw her in a class, and the teacher had like no plan, and so she was like, "All right, what are you guys learning?" And the kids were like, "We don't really know."
Of course they don't know. They want to watch Wreck-It Ralph all night. Come on, man.
Tell you the
Wreck-It Ralph
truth.
is a
Tell
good
you
movie.
the truth.
Bill Nye.
At least
Bill
charter
Nye
schools
still
aren't that much better.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
My Spanish teacher in the church school, she was a stripper. Then my school found out she got fired.
Hey.
She
Hey,
didn't
man,
do
she gonna
What
make
you
that
gotta
money.
do?
She gonna make that money.
She,
Come on now.
she didn't grade anybody's papers, so the whole class got an F in the class. The whole class got an
Hey.
F.
So,
Ooh,
And the principal's like, well, it's on your record, so there's nothing we can do now.
Yeah. See, she didn't do any grading because she was too busy grinding.
She
No,
did
no.
the grade. She was supposed to grade the papers before the semester ended. She got fired the day the semester ended. It didn't turn in the papers. Didn't like put the grades in the book, so everybody got an F.
I don't think that's
petty.
Yep,
That's messed
that was
up.
my freshman year of high school.
Also,
Sucks to be
if
you.
you're a teacher and you a stripper, I mean, the school ain't paying you enough anyway. Go ahead. Go ahead, but make sure you're able to do your job.
The school
Oh
only
my
found out
gosh.
because the football coach got caught in the strip club.
So
This just
Huh?
just reminded me of an old Whose Line Is It Anyway
God.
skit from Scenes from a Hat, where it was like bad advice to give to your kids as a parent, and one of them said, "Teacher, sweetie, strippers make twice that money."
dang.
I mean, they do.
And this
No
episode was like
education
20
needed.
years ago. Oh my gosh.
I
She was a
mean,
bad
20 years
teacher
ago.
anyway.
sex sells.
My
Anytime-
cousin vendetta.
Well, I mean, if we have to.
Anytime you get a teacher that says, "Can I go use the bathroom?" If you ask me in Spanish, it's the first day of class. The first day.
Well, can you do it though?
Oh, see, at that point, I'd be like, puta.
That's bold.
You sit there and go, you sit there and go, it's the first day of class. And they go, yeah, but you've been taking Spanish for 5 years. And like, you think I really know what a bathroom is in Spanish after 5 years? I barely know how to say hello in Spanish after 5 years. Like, come on now.
Right.
But with that being said, donde está el baño? Like, where's the bathroom? I gotta go. Like,
Right.
Yeah, I'm about to say don't necessarily Albano. Like, come on, guys. Goodness gracious. All right, Kamari, what else you got?
All right, this is definitely not something that I'm not sure if it's something that can be controlled, or maybe it's I don't have full understanding on it. The amount of abandoned houses that I see, and you can see, literally see like how they would have been real nice if they stayed fixed up and everything.
A black behind house.
That's true.
I will say this. Not so much of the abandoned houses, but I hate what the Wayne County Land Commission does as far as any homes that are abandoned or being foreclosed. Just the amount of loan sharking they do, or not, I wouldn't say that, but it's like that aggressive auctioning just to get that quick buck. I hate that.
So, what was it? The Detroit Land Bank or whatnot will sell, because I did some work a couple years ago for a guy who wanted to actually take a bunch of those and flip them. But the land, and it's really weird because a bunch of those foreclosed homes, a bunch of the really bad ones, they're not in horrible shape. I mean, they're bad, but they're not horrible. But the downside is they'll sell them for like $1,000, but then they'll be like, okay, you have 6 months to put this house together. But they have the inspector come through beforehand, and next thing you know, I looked at one of the houses, like, oh, this house seems decent, and it's like, okay, it's $1,000, that's fine, we'll buy it, flip it, whatever. And then I go, yeah, it needs $55,000 worth of work, and I was like, absolutely not. That's the biggest problem. It's not the fact that the houses lay abandoned. They lay abandoned because they cost too much to fix, and nobody wants to do it. That's the biggest issue in the city.
It's cheaper to tear the house down than it is to fix it up.
Also, if you put that sort of investment to flipping it, who do you think is going to buy it in that part of town?
Well, that's the
Sure.
thing.
You'd be surprised.
Most of the time, even if the fact that there are abandoned houses honestly bring down just the basic look of a neighborhood. The neighborhood could be all good, but you see 1 or 2 abandoned houses down the street, and you think it's a bad neighborhood automatically.
Yeah.
True. True.
Like
And this-
neighbors are nice, cut grass. I don't know. Just because a few people outside talking doesn't mean that it's bad or nothing.
No, it should be bad when a dude's running around with a sword swinging it like crazy. That's when you know it's.
That is when you know.
Hey,
No,
look.
that is when you are living life.
Hey, look, as somebody who was a proud owner of several lightsabers, and not like the cheap toy ones, the ones that we don't like to. Yeah. Anyways, I can definitely say sometimes you need to go outside and swing it around a little bit. Like that's all you got to do, right? Like,
listen,
Throw that ass in a circle. I'm playing.
I had to they had to do a project like that though, like a way to reduce abandoned homes or get rid of abandoned homes in Detroit. And one thing I said was like, my teacher told me that it was a dumb idea because it would create violence. But I said some of the abandoned lots and abandoned houses, just tear them down and put up parks, playgrounds, and basketball courts. Like, come on now. She's like, all that would do would create
That'd be a lot of
violence, make more
basketball
people
courts.
come.
yeah.
I'll be
Like,
a lot of
my-
basketball courts.
Like I had the idea of like for certain abandoned, like any like abandoned lots, like maybe just like a community garden kind of thing.
Yeah, see, that's what I was gonna say.
Just because like there's food deserts exist.
Most
Yeah.
of them do. Most of the neighborhoods that have people that actually want to do it do have them. But the thing
Yeah,
is, Detroit
but
is such a huge city that you can't put
Yeah.
everything into every abandoned or deserted or huge lot into a community garden.
And then you got to get people to actually care. Like people,
Or
listen,
people who care. It's people who care and people who actually know what they're doing.
Yeah.
yes. But here's the
And it's
but
like-
also like I think
Most
people
people
will
don't.
take more than they. I think people take more than they give. And that's just me thinking that. That's just human.
That's true. Yeah.
Because in my mind,
know,
I'm like, that's a good idea too. You got the garden. I said garden. It's easily you could put a playground up, a garden up. People can make their own basketball courts because people make a way to do it anyway. Kids want to play basketball, they're gonna play basketball.
I would
Yeah.
do soccer. It'd be cheaper to put in. All you
Most
need is
yeah.
most hood people don't play soccer. You know
Let's
this.
say that's the only thing.
Football
It's
field.
Good.
You know this.
I was gonna say,
Oh yeah.
if we get more people in soccer, we'd actually be good at men's soccer then.
And like
Yeah.
Oh,
also
well-
maybe incorporate other kind of sports. You know, like you say people don't do this. It's like, well, do they have access to it in the first place?
Nope.
Maybe they would like to if they have the choice.
And that's the biggest thing here. Say I don't know if all you guys can see it, but I actually kind of put together this little house plan a couple years ago. It's a 2-bed, 2-bath, like it's less than 600 square feet. Realistically speaking, it's sort of like the shotgun homes they put up in Louisiana. Effectively speaking, $50,000 is going to build one of these houses, and that's just using like low materials. And the goal was to make a neighborhood of like 300 of these homes in various shapes and sizes, all relatively cheap. And in there, put like the garden, put the like the playground and like the little field for the kids to play around in and whatnot. Just kind of have that space. It's sort of similar to like the idea behind Lafayette Park, where it's sort of like you have a community full of people that sort of all have that same value. In this case, it's just like we just want to have a place to live and be safe. And so let's do that. And you could always, I mean, we have like Cass Corridor and whatnot, which kind of helps with that as well. You also have the Blight Busters, which have been doing that. They've been building up gardens and tearing down these old homes. The only downside is, I don't know if you've ever tried to tear down one of these old homes before, but it's a pain and a half to try to tear one of these things down.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think the number that Mayor Duggan said, it was like $10,000, something like that,
Yeah.
per demolition.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit.
I mean,
Wasn't there
and
Wait, it's $10,000 just to get a wrecking ball to knock a house down?
Yeah.
Well, let's say,
Did you also-
and I was gonna say,
Because
most of the people-
you have to pay the people, you got to pay the people for the equipment, all that stuff.
But you can't
Yeah.
just take a wrecking ball and knock a house down because you can't just do that because it's going
You can't
to
just do
rip
that
up
'cause
everything around it.
Yeah, and the gas might be still
Yeah.
on.
yeah.
Light a match,
Kaboom.
boom.
Let me smoke a cigarette.
plus it might be and historically like bad place like a brownfield. So if you knock it down, like the stuff inside the house might go into the air and infect or mess up
Yeah.
everybody around it. So
And the thing, well,
Like, yeah, like
a lot of these older homes are full of asbestos, and you know how much it costs to eradicate a home for asbestos?
lot.
Well,
They're saving money by leaving them up at this point.
it's a lot.
David made an appearance, so he might go next.
But yeah, David made an appearance, but you know,
It is
I love
what it is.
It is what it is. But he came in at the last minute. So just give me one thing that you hate about Detroit.
Texas.
What? We can't hear you.
You got to be more. You got to be more in depth.
Yeah.
Texas. So
We can't hear you.
I understand what you're saying, David, but you got to be more in depth. For the people who don't know,
Taxes, property taxes.
elaborate.
it's like when you pay taxes, or you have, like, say around tax season, it's like, okay, I got my tax return from federal, I got my tax return from state. Now all of a sudden I owe you $500.
Just because I live in Detroit.
Like, why you ain't just telling me? You just now telling me this. Like, you knew I was getting money, so you just gonna wait for me to get my money,
They'd be like, fuck
to
this.
ask for my money.
Dude, that's what Michigan used to do to me, because technically I live just inside of Michigan, but do everything else in Ohio, including work. So I'd be getting money from federal, I'd be getting money from Ohio, and then now I have to take all that money, pay it to Michigan, and then some. I'm like, man, fuck this state.
Hey,
It do be like that
Right.
sometimes.
But yeah, that's all we have time for today for that segment, for this episode, actually. So we're gonna go to my next segment, which is the top 10 lists, guys. I gotta do my top 10 list before we get out of here. And most of y'all saw it on the not the Great Debaters, but the KrisCross Corner page on Facebook. I did a top 20 list, but I'm gonna do my top 10 out of this list. My top 20 songs from 1984. And some of y'all might know these songs. Some of y'all might hum along. So we're gonna do number 10, which is "Smooth Operator" by Sade.
Ooh.
Smooth Operator.
Oh my god. That's
All right, that was good
Too
harmony
low.
though. All right,
This
we
is too low
got
on the list.
we got number 9, "Ghostbusters" by Ray Parker Jr.
a good friend of my dad right there.
Ghostbusters.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, we got number 8, "Let's Hear It for the Boy" by Denise Williams.
All right.
All right, we got "Purple Rain," number 7 by Prince.
Good song.
Purple rain.
Purple Rain.
Number 6 and number 5.
Number 6, we got "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go."
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Wow.
I knew it. I knew that was on there. I like this is the type of person I put that on there.
All right, we got number 5. We got "Out of Touch" by Hall & Oates.
All right.
One of my favorite Hall & Oates
All
songs.
the time.
Okay, Basil. Okay, I see Basil with the vocals out here.
Basil be in his car like, yeah.
Dude, Hall &
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I will admit to it. I do have so many Hall & Oates songs.
Right.
Hall & Oates isn't even a good band.
Hall & Oates are invited to the cookout.
I was saying Hall & Oates, Toto.
Right.
My
We got number 4. We have "What's Love Got to Do with It" by Tina Turner.
Ooh.
Got to do
with it.
Okay.
All right, we got number 3, "Take on Me" by Aha.
Go me. I can't do that high note. I'm not Swedish.
What?
Yeah, see, I'm not
What?
Scandinavian to do that.
All right, we got number 2. Speaking of day or two, number 2, we have "Easy Lover" by Phil Collins and Philip Bailey. She's an easy lover.
I'm still laughing at Mario put it in the chat. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm trying to go see.
Oh my god, we're gonna laugh about that after the episode. Number 1, we have "Rock Box" by Run DMC.
All right.
That was one of my favorite songs by Run DMC, actually.
Rock box.
Other than "King of Rock" or "Sucker and Seas," or we got
Tricky?
"My Adidas." It's Tricky's all right. That's not my favorite.
See, that's my favorite.
It's trick. I just hear it so many times at Eastern's games. So
I like your 90. I like your 96 list too, though.
Yeah, the 96 was lit.
Dude, growing up, SSX Tricky.
It's tricky to rock around.
Hey, it's chicken.
All right, David. No more dancing. You're fired.
Yeah, you know, I just looked at that 96 list.
The 96 list is lit.
I'm surprised. I am surprised at what you picked for number 5, though.
Was that Mark Morrison's only album?
I believe so.
Oh,
but yeah, we can talk about that after we get off live. But that's been another edition of the KrisCross Corner. We have an announcement, guys.
Oh Lord.
A huge announcement, guys. We have a co-host for the KrisCross Corner. It is Mark Simpson. He'll be my co-host for future episodes of KrisCross Corner. So I'm gonna bring up a lot of like sad stories. We're gonna make them funny.
Oh god.
That's what we do to trauma, everyone.
That's what we do for trauma. A guy with a sword stabbed people. Well, should have been out there. I'm playing. Welcome to the tree.
I was gonna say someone should improve their tech tree in Civ. That's all I gotta say.
Right. But yeah, you can join everybody here should be joining the Facebook page, right? Everybody's on the Facebook.
Yeah, I blocked you. No.
All right, Kamaria.
Wait, you blocked Chris?
I'm gonna block you back.
Wait. So that was Chris's pork chop in your back pocket?
And that has been another. Hold up. This is why I have an executive producer. And that has been another edition of the KrisCross Corner. Please subscribe to the KrisCross Studios on YouTube. Tell your friends and family about the playlist and the podcast on YouTube. Leave a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. Oh my gosh, you guys are still laughing at me. Oh my gosh. I hate you all. I hate it here. And catch me on another episode of KrisCross Corner. My next episode, I'm going to be talking about the historical dark side of urban planning and kind of correlate that to how cities look like today. So please stay safe, social distance, and be nice to each other.
And don't